Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live after 5 a.m. I'm in my Period 6 class, and I'm going to demonstrate to you guys how to log into MIT for your very first time. Okay? You excited? Yeah, I know you are. All right, so what you're going to do is go to Google, type in MIT, and by the time you get halfway through that, you should start to see something come up, MIT App Inventor 2. You want to select MIT App Inventor 2. You're going to click here, and you're probably going to have to go through a login process. Click on MIT App Inventor 2. This window's not going to come up for you because it's your first time login. By the way, that's my 5th period class app. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go right here, and I can sign out. Are you with me? And then here, I have 2 accounts. I have 2 Gmail accounts. I made a one for Crossroads, and I have my own personal one. So I'm going to hit login. It's going to ask me for the password. You guys want to secure that. And then you hit next. Okay. And then hit continue. If it asks you to take the survey, you can say never. It's fine with me unless you really are dead set on taking the survey. Knock yourself out. Maybe I'll give you extra credit if you take the survey. I don't know. All right. So here we are. I'm in MIT App Inventor. And you guys want to go to My Projects, up top, the menu, My Projects. And you want to hit Start New Project. Okay? And we're going to call it My First App, Period 6, Quarter 1. Okay? And now you are into the MIT App Inventor environment. Are you with me? Thumbs up if you're in there with me. Okay, about half the class. Where's the other half at? Okay, are we good? All right. So this class is not about MIT, but everything you do in Gimp is to get you ready for MIT because Gimp is the graphic version of MIT. You with me? You can't make stuff like, let's go back here and look at this app, right? So look at this app right here, My First App. Okay, this one here. Okay. So do you see all the graphics in it? Okay. No, we made the car in the background yesterday, but all these buttons were made today. Are you in here? What'd they say? Quarter 1. Infotech. You have me quarter 3. Oh. Okay. That's why she keeps telling me that you're in here quarter 3, because she's looking at your schedule. Okay. So you guys see all these graphics? Do these graphics look pretty cool? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to build this today. All right. So let's go to Projects, My Projects, and go to My First App, Period 6. You guys have this. Now, let me just talk to you a little bit about MIT here. So if you want to go home and start playing around with it, guess what you can do? Go home and play around with it. By the way, you guys have all my 7th and 8th grade videos out there on YouTube. You guys can start building apps by watching my videos. Even though that's not this class, I'm getting you ready for that next year. Okay, so let me just teach you a little bit about these apps. Over here on the left-hand side is your toolboxes. And all these tools are tools you have. If I want a button on my screen, I put a button on my screen. Okay? If you want an image, you put an image on your screen. Okay, whatever you want, you just drag it onto your screen. You want a password to start the game? Put a password box in there. Okay? This then becomes your components list. If I want something out of here, I just hit delete. Okay? Maybe I want to come over here and rename my button. I'm going to call it BTN Start. S-T-A-R-T, Start. That's my Start button. Now I can go to the right-hand side and go down to my text box and say, okay, this is my Start button. Okay, or or capital S-T-A-R-T, okay? And maybe you want that button to be an oval. All right, now it's an oval. Start is an oval button. Maybe you want it to be a perfect circle. Then you would say, okay, let's set the pixels to be, we'll go binary, 48 by 48. Okay, and now I got a perfect circle. Well, Mr. Richter, I don't like it being on the left-hand side. Does anybody like it on the left graphically? No, where should it be? In the middle. So how do I get this in the middle? Well, you can play with the screen, but it's hard. So this is where layouts come in play. And you guys need to put a horizontal arrangement on your screen. You go with fill parent. You hit OK. And now I can put that button in here. And now I can go to my horizontal arrangement and align it center. Maybe you want it on the right. I can go right. I can go center. I can go left. You with me? You guys see what I'm doing? Center. Okay. You guys see what I'm doing? Now I can center that. Well, let's say, Mr. Richter, does that look good, gray on gray? No, it looks awful. Okay. This is a graphics class, so you got to always say, how does that look? That looks, would you buy that app right there? No, that looks terrible. Okay, so we're going to go horizontal arrangement, and I could make it a color. Now it's magenta. It's a little better, right? Now the start button. Okay. I don't need this. I'm going to delete it. Okay. Now underneath here, this is what you were supposed to do yesterday. Now we need a drawing animation. I'm going to go get a canvas, drag it on my screen, get a height and width, and make it height and width both fill parent, width, fill parent. Okay? Now in here I can go get an image sprite and put it on my screen. This is going to be my car from yesterday. So this is going to be IMG SPR my car. Okay? That's my car. Notice how I give everything like my button. My button starts with BTN. That tells me that it's a start button. IMG SPR reminds me that it's an image sprite. Image sprites can move. Images cannot move. So guess what? Well, if I would go back to like my user interface and try to put an image on here, watch this. Where's my image at? There it is. Is it going to put an image there? No. Watch it. It won't let me put it on the canvas. Okay? Image sprites, images don't move. So you don't want an image. Unless you want a background image. You with me? But it's not really needed. So I'm going to delete that image. Okay? So let's call this canvas CNV my racetrack. Okay, and that's my racetrack. So now I can go to my racetrack's background image, and you guys can upload this cool background. Voila. And then you can go put my car in here. This is what channels. Do you guys remember this? There's my car. And now the car is really big, right? So now you need to change the size of your car by going to height and width, changing it to height, I don't know, 64 by 128. And now I got a nice sized car on my screen. Does it look that great? It looks okay. Now I don't like the pink. Why do I not like pink? Yeah, so it doesn't match. So here's what I'm going to do, okay? Watch this. I'm going to go to my horizontal arrangement. I'm going to go background color none. Okay? I'm going to go to this picture here and go background image none. And now I'm going to go to my screen 1 and put my background image in my screen 1. Okay, and now see how this canvas is still white? Watch this. I can click on my canvas and go to background color, none. And now the sky and everything is behind the entire app. It's on the screen. And because I made my canvas a piece of glass and I made my my horizontal arrangement up top a piece of glass, now you see through to the canvas and now it looks really nice. Okay? Are you in? Are you in? Did you log in? Why not? You gotta verify it tonight. Okay? Now, does this look pretty good? So today what I want to do is teach you how to create your very own buttons in Gimp. Okay? So what I want to do now is maybe throughout this whole quarter we could develop this little driving app. Drive our car left, right, up, and down, right? Drive the car around the screen. Wouldn't that be cool? And then we could make like a driving app where things start coming down the road at us and we got to avoid them. Would that be cool? Okay, like Subway Surfer or something like that. You know what I mean? So this is the one app we could be building all quarter long. Okay? So what I want to do now is go down back to my horizontal layouts, grab a horizontal layout, put one down here at the bottom with fill parent, okay? And I want to go get 4 buttons because let's design it. Have you guys ever seen anything like this? This is your design board here, and every time you build an app, you want to design it first, okay? But since this is not an MIT class, we're not going to get into all that. But I gave you guys a little bit of design here. Do you see how I have an up arrow, left, right, up, and down, and maybe the brake, maybe the gas pedal? Are you with me? Gas pedal, brake. So maybe you go fast, slow down, left, right, up and down, turn right. So let's make a control panel like this and start it. So this is, I'm going to rename this horizontal, HA, lower, control panel. Okay? And we now can go get some buttons. So let's go to user interface and grab some buttons. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. And now we want to go back and rename these buttons. So do you guys see how the buttons just come out 1, 2, 3, 4? Is that clear what they're there for? No. So now you go back and give them a name so your brain understands why that button's there. Because then once I know why that button's there, then I can program it to do what I want it to do. Okay? So you're dealing with something that's complex, so you got to help yourself keep it simple. And names help it keep it simple. Right? Can you imagine if you 24 students walked in here and this was student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4, student 5, student 6, and then you guys switched seats and I had to keep track of who was student 1, student 2, student 3. That'd be a nightmare. Are you with me? But you guys are given names so that I know you by name. Are you with me? Even though I'm not very good yet with the names, I got to keep looking at my sheet, right? But I'm getting them. Right, Braden, are you good? See, I know Braden's over there. And if Braden sits over there, I know that's Braden, right? Because we gave him a name. And now the name follows the person. So I'm going to call this one BTN left. Guess what that button's going to be for? Turning left. I'm going to give it a capital L. And I'm going to make it a shape of an oval. Cool? Let's do that again. Okay, who needs help getting into MIT Inventor? What's the problem? Okay, you got to go home tonight and get a Gmail. Right now, just sit and watch. Okay, because I have this video, you can get caught up with the video. Are you with me? I'd rather you just sit and watch rather than doodle. Okay, so this one's going to be called BTN right. Let's go capital R here. let's go, height is, what I say, 30 by 30? So you set the height and width, you go shape oval, okay? And then this one's going to be called BTN up. Capital U. Height 30 by 30. Shapes and oval. That looks good. Next one. BTN down. Text is a capital D. Text is a capital D. Shapes an oval. Height 30. Width 30. Okay. All right, so now does this look graphically, does this look good? What's wrong with it? Yeah.
They're not like placed correctly.
They're not placed correctly, okay? So what we can do now is we can go to this horizontal control panel and go to line center. Does that look better? A little bit better. Okay. What about the color? What color should it be? Black? Okay, that's black. That's orange. Or how about nothing? Yeah, I like nothing too. I use none a lot. Okay. Maybe right should be over here. Left, up, down, right. Right's on the right, left's on the left. Does that make sense? And then when we get a little bit further in this, we could put up and down above each other. I can show you how to do that. That's a little bit more advanced. So what I want to do today is I want to teach you, by the way, this one did not get size. See how the side's a little off? 30 by 30. So today, in the last 20 minutes of this class, I want to teach you how to make your own round buttons. Okay? And the reason why I did this first is that you got to have a single train of thought when you go into Gimp. Gimp has to enhance your mobile app. So now you guys can actually see the mobile app that we're building, right? Yeah. So now let me ask you this question. How many people in here, by show of hands, know how large those buttons are? Well, the size of those buttons. I sized those buttons 4 different times. You should know what the size of those buttons are. Who knows the size of the button? What is it? 30 by 30. Okay. How many people now know it's 30 by 30? Okay. And if you're not sure, you go back and look, and you go right here, height and width, 30 by 30. You guys see it right here? Okay. Scroll over to the right. Scroll down. What's the height and width of the button? Talent. What's the height and width of the button? Yeah. That's right. You with me? You guys with me on that? So now, you need to know that because you are the developer, you're the controller of the app. So now when you go into Gimp, we're going to go File, New, and the first thing it's going to ask you for is what? Height and width of the button. You're going to change this to be 30 by 30, okay? And now here we go. Now we're building the app. So everybody go into Gimp with me, and we're going to build these round buttons to make our app look cool. Go ahead and get into Gimp. Talon, go ahead and get into Gimp. Peyton, can you get in yet? Can somebody log log yourself into Peyton's computer? Let him use somebody's computer? Yeah.
I'll go to the canvas size.
30 by 30. What's the size of the button? What's the canvas size? 30 by 30, okay? If you're not sure, you go to Control, roll your mouse, and you got a bigger 30 by 30 box. If you're not sure this is 30 by 30, let me show you how to do this. I can actually show you the grid, okay? If you go to View, Show Grid, that's a grid. And then if you go to Image, Configure Grid, and down here, if you go to, that's 10 by 10. So what's 3 boxes of 10 worth? 30. What's 3 times 10? 30. So what this is telling you here is that the width of these boxes is 10 by 10. Okay? 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. You with me? If I change that to 1 by 1, change it to 1 by 1, there's 1. Okay, there's 30 by 30. Yeah. How do you get the grid? I'll do it again. Control Z. Okay. You're going to go to View, Show Grid. So now my grid's off. I go to View, Show Grid. It's about halfway down. See it? Show Grid. View, I think I missed it. Show Grid, there it is. And then you go to Image, Configure Grid. And you're going to say, hey, I want this to be a 1 by 1. There's 1 by 1 grids. So this is going to help us when we're actually making our very own characters this year, and you want to draw every little pixel by pixel. Are you with me? You're going to use this grid and place little pixels where you want them. Okay? Right now, I just wanted to show you this is a 30 by 30 grid. Okay? So now I'm going to go to View, Show Grid is off, and I'm back to there. All right, now, this is my favorite tool. Last 10 minutes of class, I'm going to show you how to make a round button. You ready? Okay, watch this. Up at the top of your toolbox, there is an ellipse tool. Go find the oval at the top. It's an ellipse tool. You're going to go to an ellipse, right-click, drag down to the bottom, and drop it. Now I have a perfect 30 by 30 circle on my page. Let's don't be playing around with all the painting. You guys can do that at home. Right now you need to be doing what I'm doing. Put a circle that's 30 by 30 on your grid. Howard, do you know how to do that? Do you know how to do it? No, because you were painting. Don't paint. We got plenty of time to paint this year. Right now we need to create a circle. Faith, did you see it? What? Why? So I'll do it again. Watch this. Control Z. I'm going to go to my ellipse tool. I click on it. I go to the top left corner, and I drag it down to the bottom right corner, and I have a perfect circle. Everyone should have a perfect circle on their page. Thumbs up when you have a perfect circle on your page. That's 30 by 30. Very good. Okay, now that you have a circle on your page, you're starting your circular button here. Okay? So this is my favorite tool. Down about halfway down is the gradient tool, the blend tool. It's by the A, it's by the paint can, it's by the pencil, it's by the paintbrush. It's like half gray and half black. You see it? Click, double click, and you get the toolbox to come up. Now, underneath the gradient, you can go and select a bunch of different colors. Select anything you want, drag it across the screen, and there you go. Hit Control Z, go get another one. Look at this one, drag it across. You get all these different cool colors. Okay? That was nice. Okay? Control Z, here's another one. That's cool. You can just go play around with these. Okay. Then you can go down here to shape, and you can select elliptical. Watch this. Okay. In my digital doodle class, we did the rainbow one. Where's rainbow at? Right there. Watch this. This is how we made our mystery button. Ooh. Okay. But if you look at our app, if you go back to our app has a lot of orange and green and black in it. You with me? So I want something that's orange, green, and black. A lot of black, a lot of orange, a lot of red. So when I go into my Gimp, okay, I'm going to select something that is orange, green, and black. So I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to find incandescent. That's pretty cool. Okay. Go find a cool shape. That's cool. Now watch this. That could be our arrow button right there. Are you with me? Let's see if I can do this straight up. Ooh, nice. Nice. That's an arrow. See how I made an arrow that looks like it's going down? Okay. And once I have that, I can go over here to this layers panel, right click, add the alpha channel, color pick the white, hit delete, and there's my alpha channel, and that's my button. Okay. So now I can go File, just like you did yesterday, Export As. Let's go to 2017, period, there's no 4 in there, Documents, period 6. Okay. And now right here, I can rename this down. DOWN.PNG. Enter. Export it. Save values is off. Export. Now watch this. Everybody watch this. You ready? It's going to go quick here. My left, up, right, and left are all the same. So I think I said that wrong. Left, up, right, and down are all the same. So if I right-click, go to Image, Transform, rotate to the right, I now have a left arrow. And then all you do is go File, Export As, Left, okay. Export, right-click, I'll do it again, Image, Transform, rotate 90 degrees. Now I have the up arrow, File, Export As, up. Hang on a second, I'll answer questions here in a second. Export up, right-click, Image, Transform, 90 degrees. I have a file right, File, Export, RIGHT, enter. Okay. And now I have all 4 of my buttons created in a matter of minutes. I can go to my app, right? Zoom out a little bit. I can go to my left arrow, Image, Upload, choose a file, and I need to go to Documents, period 6, and there is my left arrow. Voila. There is my up arrow. Voila. There is my down arrow. and there is my right arrow. And now I have 4 arrows created by myself in Gimp that nobody else on this planet is going to have an arrow button like that. Pretty cool. Is that cool? Questions? You can use a lot of different colors. What I did is, where's my toolbox at? I actually like ours better than last period's. What I did is I went to, here's my gradient tool, and I think this is incandescent. Incandescent. You can use whatever you want. Yours don't have to be exactly like mine, because your background may not be like mine. Are you with me? But what I want you to do right now is play with the gradient tool, and I want everybody to create a 30 by 30 circle with the transparencies in the background, because you learned how to do transparencies yesterday, right? Okay, so create a 30 by 30 circle that's going to be the background of your button. Now, if you guys want to do this, you could also, you could put a text box over top of it. Oh, Control Z. If you put a text box over top of it, you could do this. And then you could put a big U in there if you want. Okay, and then you can go over here and center it. All right. The only way I know to center it up and down is to drag these down. It's kind of difficult. That could be your, oh, that's not the right letter. 5 minutes left. So before you leave, I want you to create a round circular button cover. Coming around to look at it. Okay. Very nice. How did you learn how to do that? That's cool. Sweet. Is that what these are right here? Gradient flares? Oh, those are cool. Nice. What are you guys doing? Okay, you guys got to come on up here. I got to get this straightened out. There's no way you can go another day without an account. Okay.